A lot of people think that this is where the Daily Wire kind of decided to draw the line. She was going in a very terrible direction of gathering a lot of neo-Nazis around her and bashing not only Israel, but also having picking up this whole fight against the Jews, then suggesting that people are outraged because she says Christ is king and they're deeming that anti-Semitic, which nobody ever suggested, but she just made that up. And the neo-Nazis and the Groypers gathered around her to spread that propaganda. And that is a very important point that we're going to come to, because I think it's a very important thing to address here. This account, which is a Groyper neo-Nazi account, says February 20th, Rabbi, are you drunk on Christian blood again? And Candace liked this tweet. In history, blood libel was an accusation against Jews out of complete hysteria that they are abducting certain people of different religions, especially children, and using their blood in baking. And this is a religious practice, that this is what Jews do. Of course, it's completely insane accusation that people made in order to point fingers and then discriminate against Jews. I think there were some issues that she said about Israel and about Zionism, where Ben Shapiro was then asked about her, and Ben Shapiro said that what Candace Owens said was despicable. She then got really outraged about this. She made this post here where she quotes the Bible. She says, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. No one can serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money."
This is why Andrew Tate said, as Candace Owens said, my good friend, blessed are the peacemakers. I really love what she came up with there. She's so smart.
This is kind of disgusting to me, because at this point she's just using Christianity for her own gain and for her own agenda. And the first people who should be offended by this should be Christians. Ben Shapiro then responded to this, saying, "Candace, if you feel that taking money from the Daily Wire somehow comes between you and God, by all means quit." Here's her response to this. "You are utterly out of line for suggesting that I cannot quote biblical scripture. The Bible is not about you. Christ is king."
Yeah, so she clearly made a tweet saying that there's a conflict between her obeying the Daily Wire for money and her obeying God. He responds, "If you think there's a conflict between you following our rules of our company and serving God, then quit." And then she blessed him. "How dare you try to tell me I can't quote the Bible? I was just randomly quoting the Bible for no reason. Christ is king, Jew." Candace is not stupid enough to think that Ben was complaining that she quoted the Bible.
I'm not sure about that, to be honest.
I don't think so. I don't think she is. I think she knows a ton of her fans are stupid. And then you'll also have fans who aren't stupid enough. They know what the guy's really saying, but they'll go after him anyway just because they hate him. You do have people like that. You've got like the Groypers. They're going to hate Ben no matter what. And so they'll agree with Candace no matter what. And they'll think it's great if she twists his words into an attack on quoting the Bible.
You're probably right. It's probably that aspect that she tries to deliberately twist what Ben Shapiro said and tries to appeal to these Groyper neo-Nazi crowd and depict Ben Shapiro as this evil anti-Christian guy, which he clearly is not. He is working with Christians, has been working with Christians, has been inviting and hiring Christians, surrounding himself with Christians, inviting Christians on his show to speak, and so on forever. The only Christian, apparently, that he has a big problem with because of Christianity is Candace Owens. Yeah, it makes complete sense. Candace Owens, the perfect Christian, by the way. She is making use of Christian sentiments to rile people up behind herself for money, for status, for being right, or whatever it is. She is using it here, the phrase Christ is king, to attack Ben and to attack Jews, to attack others. You shouldn't be, you don't even have to be offended by this because she is being anti-Semitic or whatever it is. You should be offended by this because she is attacking and insulting Christianity. This is just so deceptive and so evil and messed up.
In the past, I've compared it to the slogan Black Lives Matter, in the sense which, okay, the slogan Black Lives Matter, who's seriously gonna dispute that unless you're just a racist scumbag? But it's being used by Marxists as a smokescreen to cover their true agenda. Then the moment anyone criticizes your organization or your goals or your agenda, which is Marxist, bunch of Marxist stuff, then you say, oh, they're upset that we're saying Black Lives Matter. See, we're just saying Black Lives Matter. And that's why these people are mad at us, because we say Black Lives Matter. That's what the Groypers are doing, right? There's, we're going to get rid of the Jews. We're going to get rid of all the Jews. We're going to get rid of everyone except white Catholics. And we're going to have our nation here. And Christ is king. And then when you object and say, man, you got some sick ideas, they say, you see, they've got a problem with us saying Christ is king. That's what they're after. That's what they're objecting to. She used it in the exact same way.